cooling, cooling an 800 volt battery requires 500 to 8,000 gallons of water. Cooling an 800 volt battery requires 500 to 8,000 gallons of water. Dang, that is a ton of water to cool off a battery. Hey, what's up, ecosystem? If you or a friend are still searching for auto transport insurance, then this is the show for you. Tonight's guest is Lionel Yates of CY Financial Solutions, located near Mannheim, PA, and he's got great car hauling insurance advice for all of us tonight. So you are going to want to buckle in. Stay tuned. It's Tuesday Nights Live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. It is Tuesday Nights Live, and anything can happen because I'm live, you know what I'm saying? So, welcome to Tuesday Nights Live on Auto Transport Intel. I am Jay, your host. I'm happy to have you here with me tonight. Listen, if this is your first time here, I want to say welcome, let you know what's going to go on tonight. First, we got the Welcome Car Hauler. We're here. I want you to join the live chat because in a few minutes I'm going to go into Hello Live Chat. I'm looking over here on my chat screen. And you're here with me. So let me know where you're at, what you're doing. Are you looking for auto transport insurance? Is this the show for you? Let us know, please, because we do want to help. We're going to go into industry news at the quarter hour. Industry news is national news, social media, companies, products, services, rants, opinions, gripes, and of course, memes, because I love memes. So you can share your memes with me, autotransportintel@gmail.com. and make the industry news. We're going to go into the information superhighway at about the 25-minute mark. That is the information leading up to what we're going to talk about in tonight's topic. And actually, we're going to have a short clip from MCIEF. They were on a past show in December. Great stuff. Auto transport insurance. It is a big topic in trucking, car hauling, major expense. We're going to be talking about it because there are so many folks, week after week, looking for a better way and a lower rate, and there's just some information about it. Maybe we can help you. We're going to bring in Ty after the beginning of that interview to join us in a discussion. That's Ty Thompson of CTS. Maybe you've talked to him. He's here in the live chat right now if you have a question for him. And then we are going to open up the panel. We're going to have Charlie B. from Excel Auto join us. He works at a dealership. Going to try and just talk about, car hauling, insurance, dealer, making customers, dealing with the expenses, building a business that makes sense, because that's what it's all about. So that is the lineup for tonight. Let me know what's going on with you. Please just say hello. We're going to be right back after this. You're not going to want to miss it.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and contracts and the verification of close and nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyollertransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Hey, all right, so we're back. Hey, let me know if the audio is okay. Let me raise that up a little bit. Make sure the audio is okay. And let's see. So if you're tuning in on Facebook, on YouTube, please do say hello. And I try to respond to you. I got people, we've got people watching in all of the locations where we multi-stream. Love that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hey, Ty is with us. Is this where you find cars? Yeah, this is where you find cars, find insurance, but most important, Ty, find advice, right? Because we're live every Tuesday night, and we care. We're trying to help. We really are trying to help. Joseph McCleary is here. There ain't no stinking cars here, Ty. Wild Bill delivered them all with his triple trailers. 6 cars per trailer. That's 18 cars being pulled by a 1-ton. Seems crazy to me. Wow. That's pretty interesting. Well, there are many versions of business out there. Wild Bill's an animal. Hey, what's up, Auto Transport Intel? That's Kimberly in the live chat monitoring it for us. Thank you so much. I sure do appreciate it. Lionel Yates is in the live chat. So Lionel is here to answer your questions. If you have an auto transport insurance question, put it in the live chat. He's going to be on the show shortly. So glad you're in the live chat. It's a big part of the show. And listen, I mentioned that anybody, if you have a company, product, or service, and you want to get the word out week after week, the Auto Transport Intel live chat is a place you can do that. I love this audience. Very friendly, very helpful. Just a wee bit of drama, really not much. Hey, Jay, Mark from Superflow here. Looking forward to the show tonight. Me too, Mark. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Carlos Braxton from ACB Logistics is here with us. What's up, Carlos? Thanks for saying hello. Part of the core, week after week. Gotta love it. Fast Eddie Transport. Aloha, Fast Eddie. Thanks for saying hello. Appreciate that. And let's see here. What else we got going on? Oh, and Colin Thomas is here. What's up, Colin? Thanks for joining the show. People don't tune in every week. It's a week-by-week basis. It's when you can. We all have lives and we have things going on. If you can't make it live, join when it's on demand. Or just, pick and choose what weeks work for you. Maybe you wait for the video edit. I got some video edits coming up. So I'll tell you what. This was Hello Live Chat. It was short hello, everyone, here in your grade 5x5. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, UG called Progressive today. Got a quote. 18 grand for a dually. 40K for a semi. Wow. Oh, Andrew Royer. Mats. Yeah, man. Mid-America Truck Show coming up. What's up, Andrew Royer? Yeah, seriously, man. Oh, and Joe Buckley's here. Hey, what's going on? You guys hiding in the live chat again? You hiding in the live chat? Listen, I do appreciate it. I'm gonna move on. I got a lot of industry news tonight, so I think I'm gonna be a little bit ahead of schedule, and that can be a good thing. So please keep tuning in, saying hello into the live chat. Let me know if something goes haywire. I had to reboot right before I got started, so I think we're good. Okay, listen, let's hear a word from Ty. Go into some industry news. You aren't gonna want to miss it.
Hey guys, Ty, CTS Business Coaching. I connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. If you're a dealer and you're not getting your inventory on the lot in 5 days ready to sell, you've got a problem. It's called interest. Like I'm telling you something you don't know. Give me a call. I can connect you with an auction and a carrier, and you can get your cars on the lot in 5 days or less. 417-483-2764. Thanks and have a great day.
Okay, cool. So during, while we were listening to Ty talk, I noticed, so a couple things happened. JD's back again in Louisiana, headed to Houston. There's some information to you. EUNA America says hello. And on Facebook, we've got Alicia from Assertus tuning in on Facebook. I don't think I've announced this yet, but Assertus is going to be on the show next month. So, Yeah, if you've been waiting to show up on Auto Transport Intel, just you're not sure where's the red carpet, what am I going to do, what am I going to say? Do not let the moment pass you by. Tonight in industry news, I'm going to be talking about several conferences coming up. I got a conference. I just went to NADA in February. Got a conference next month, one in April, one in May. So slots are filling up, and Assertus is going to be on the show in a month. That is going to be amazing. So you're going to want to bring your questions for that. Okay, what do we got going on here? Let's go into some industry news. It's 8:11, so we're a few minutes early. By the way, this is the search for auto transport. I'm just making sure my audio is good. This is the search for auto transport insurance show. So if you have questions, man, we've covered it. We've covered insurance a little before in the past, insurance and trailers, and we'll probably cover it again. But tonight is a night where you can definitely get some advice. I see some pretty high rates being quoted, and so you're going to want to tune in, and we're going to talk about it. All right, let's go into industry news. Let's do this. Man, I got some errors popping up on this screen over here, but I think we're still good. If you could see the screen, I got all these red lines popping up. You know what? That's software for you, man. It's 2020, and we still got cat memes. You're darn right. I'm shopping for auto transport insurance. Did you do your homework first? Did you? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? We're going to talk about some of that tonight. Because if you don't do all of your homework, you could end up on the side of the road. Or you could end up as the flip of the week. This was the flip of the week a few weeks ago. This was the flip of the week a couple weeks ago. This was the flip of the week after that. That's why it's called the flip of the week, because there's a flip almost every week. That's why insurance is so high. I'm not saying this to make fun of anybody. I'm talking about it because that's why insurance is so high. You need a good insurance company, Progressive will put you out of business before you even get started, he says on Facebook. I'm not saying it. Somebody else said it. I didn't say it. Progressive was the only company that would insure me being new. Can you guys read this? That's the thing. When you first start out, that's what it's looking like to me. I pay like $17 a year for a box truck. My driver's 29, so it's higher. Once he hits 30, it'll drop. 0 tickets, accidents. Previous driver was 41. See? Driver history, man, is a big part of it. My driving record is spotless. They told me it was because it's a new MC number. That's what happens. You got to put in a solid year first. Yes, sir, I plan on having 2 people in the truck just to maximize time and earnings potential. See? This is what's happening on Facebook right now. This is industry news. There's only a couple companies left doing this kind of business. Prices are going to go way up this year, that's what MCIF was talking about. Yes, they will. Having a hard time. 32 grand with 5,000 down. Dang. To haul what? It's got to be a semi. Nah, it's a dually, he says. Wow. So, that's why tonight's guest is CY Financial Solutions. You can go ahead, you can check it out right now. cyfinancialsolutions.com. Lionel Yates, that's our interview tonight. This whole show, we're talking about insurance. If insurance bores you, that's okay. You can take a nap. Just listen. You close your eyes and just listen. Great. Got great views going on. Love it. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. So, MCIEF, Motor Carrier Insurance Education Foundation. They were on the show in December. We're going to run a clip of theirs tonight talking about insurance rates going up. I recall no less than 50 articles on carriers going out of business last year, but I don't recall one about brokers. Interesting, isn't that? Not saying they don't go out of business. Brokers do, maybe more often, but it seems like they go out of business quietly. That's very interesting. Conspiracy. Carriers going out of business mostly because either dumb or lazy dispatchers who can't find direct shippers or good-paying brokers. Really, you're going to blame the dispatcher. You're going to blame the dispatcher. Does the restaurant blame the maitre d' when they go out of business? Do they? This is how you get your car shipping news on Auto Transport Intel every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Don't tell me the Mountain Time too, Jay. Any successful one-car haulers out there, or do they not make money? It's interesting. That's an interesting post, isn't it? I love it. You get that laughing face. You see that like on every reply. 140 comments. That was a big one. Okay, so let's go through some of these. I tried a one car, didn't make any money. I've been doing it. One car enclosed, 5 days a week, bringing home 4 to 5K a month after expenses. Holy mackerel. Go to Exotic Hotshot, YouTube. Wow. You might as well pack the cars with dope if you want to make it. Oh, man. Let's see. Well, at least he's not making fun of dispatchers. I don't know about other states, but Jersey will run you $20K a year in insurance. On a single car? Dang. Oh, here we go. This is unrelated and yet related. It's car shipping. I'll go to 5 guys from the same dealer who tell me to take off, and then one of them signs me. All the stuff you taught me last summer, I just had one person find out, and then all of his buddies wanted to get on the action. That's cool. That's a CTS business coaching feedback. How cool is that? Hey, Mike Niekoff is in the live chat. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? Let's see here. Oh, did we crash? Let's go to... Here we go. This has got to be better than staring at load boards all day. Why not get it in the email? Get the email. Get the email notifications. Get every notification you can get-ification. How about... Oh, this was interesting. This was on Facebook. I need assistance. The driver was pulled over. Oh, here, let's make that bigger so you can read it. Driver was pulled over, was just over on his gross vehicle weight rating. We had no idea, and my driver needed a CDL, which having no idea is maybe the first problem. That's okay. So they made us drop our trailer. We cannot move our trailer until the load is off. Willing to pay part of our load if we can get a driver out here to finish it off. Broker knows I'm searching for help. Now, this was edited because he might have somebody. This is interesting. So here's some feedback. Again, you run into a random problem, post it on Facebook. You never know what you'll get. Because here we go. Here's some feedback. This guy says, wait till 5 or 6, then roll them Minnesota DOT. Then they go. They leave. Wait till 5 or 6 and then roll. Yeah, wait a few hours and roll. Tell them to hook up at midnight. Roll the 3 hours to Waterton. Even if it was dropped at Hanson Truck Service, it wasn't even DOT. It was State Patrol. Yeah, they'll be closed just as long as it's not locked in the gate. This guy gives the shifts of the patrol, of the officers, 6 to 2, 2 to 10, 10 to 6. Weight don't matter if your trailer has a GVR. And then we get into the weight discussion. Oh, man. Which those weight discussions go on for days. But this is the best part. Go to the nearest truck stop, get a trucker, pay him cash to drive it back to the truck stop. And then we get back into the weight discussion. But that is, here we go. I agree. Go to the nearest truck stop, find a driver in the TV room, offer him $100 to ride over there, drive your unit back to the truck stop. Easy money for him. You park a few hours, then you roll out, done deal. And then we go back to the weight discussion. I'll tell you what, the weight discussions, they are long. You want to have a long discussion on Facebook? Start talking about 26,000 pounds. Let's see here. Speaking of, because, man, everything costs more. Trisha's pulling service said they've held on as long as they can, but the cars are going up $1 a car as of March 1st. Pullouts will be 8. Turn-ins are 6. Thanks for understanding. Just getting the word out. The trucking industry is overregulated. Newsflash. Isn't it? Right. Like you didn't know. Like you didn't know. You're staying busy. That's awesome, man. More like cheap freight is killing the industry. That goes for brokers, load boards, cheap freight, dispatchers. Stinking dispatchers. Man, there's nothing like being a janitor under the gun. No, we need more regulation. Require all brokers to disclose on the load board what they are receiving from shippers on a posted lane. Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we definitely need more government involved. That's a great idea. Oh, and overpopulated and too many foreigners and idiots. There we go. Okay, good. Well, at least we know. Hey, speaking of, don't love your car? Swap it out. Why not? You know, who's the driver? I don't know. Is that a car hauler? Not sure. Hey, funding dries up for autonomous developer Starsky Robotics. Looking for good news? The robot truck ran out of money. Oh yeah, Ty was sharing this. This is interesting. Have you heard? You've heard of Rivian? Automaker Rivian is already Tesla's worst nightmare. Stay tuned. Love to get Elon's new nemesis. Check your rearview mirror. Tesla Rivian Automotive has $3 billion war chest from Amazon, Ford, and the Saudis, and is revving up production on its electric SUVs and trucks. Looking for something to haul? Check in with Rivian. That's why you want to go to Finished Vehicle Logistics, let me tell you. Oh, speaking of, here, let's do this. Let's stay up on, okay, automobile transporters, the definition thereof. Okay, first of all, you have to have a head rock to carry vehicles to get the overlength. But anyways, vehicles transporting wrecked, check this out. Saw this on Facebook. What a place. Vehicles transporting wrecked automobiles or vehicles used solely to compete in motorsports competition may not be considered automobile transporters. If you're transporting salvage vehicles or competitive event vehicles, you're not a car hauler. How you like those apples? Wow. Yeah, we definitely need more regulation. Sounds like a plan. Oh, you can sign here. Thank you. Pull around back, driver. Hey, no one lobbied for the high mount equipment. Only companies with Stinger equipment lobbied. They also changed the rule about having a flag for Stingers. Here, this one. There's your comment of the day. Missouri has always tagged high mounts for overhang. 53 means 53. You did not get an auto transport designation just because you have autos on the trailer. It's a divisible load. That means you can take less cars, not have overhang. A lot of talk about Missouri and car haulers. It's an interesting subject. Oh, speaking of, if you like regulations, you'll love this. James Lamb shared this with me. Now, here we go. Okay, the FMCSA denies the petition. Okay, this was a petition for clarification on the broker and dispatching language. Anyways, we're going to get into this another time. I know it's a legal letter, and there is no way I can read all this right now. Here's page 2. But there's an update about why dispatchers are illegal or how illegal or, when they need to run. Anyways, hopefully we're gonna talk about that here in a month or two. I know you have to wait that long. Dang, doesn't that just burn you up? Wow, that's on the back too. Oh, that's pretty weird. Huh. Here's a bit of advice. Help some common sense. I told you industry news would be long tonight. 8:24 already. Dang. Don't sell yourself cheap when it comes to these clowns called brokers. Oh, here we go. Okay, listen, I know what you're saying. I really get it. This is the reason I shared it. Not to call brokers clowns, but for this. Here's a breakdown of expenses. $1,100 to $3,000 monthly payment for the truck, $600 to $2,000 for the trailer, $1,200 $1,500 for a full brake drum seals on each side of your trailer, $1,000 to $1,500 for 8 new tires on the trailer. Don't get me started on all the maintenance, oil, transmission, differential, fuel, air filters. So this guy was talking about how the context here is he was talking about don't take less money on the back haul. Front haul, back haul, side haul. You are worth it, and you are the carrier. You are hauling the load, and you have the most expenses. Great stuff. Take notes. Yes. And if you're just starting out and you're researching this industry, yeah, this show's not all good news. This is not a clickbait video. We did Dispatching Live last week. We're going to do Dispatching Live again, March 12th, noon. That is Murphy Auto Transport Service and me going live on March 12th at noon. If you missed last Thursday, we just plumb came live out of nowhere Well, we're letting you know we're going to be live again, dispatching live, because that truck is expensive, and we're going to help you look for loads. Hey, by the way, did you know centraldispatch.com just updated? Look at this. Beginning Wednesday, February 19th, users will encounter a new experience. Did you know that I was talking to Cox Automotive at NADA about a week or two back? They're going to end up on the show eventually, too. That's what they said. That's going to be pretty exciting. Central Dispatch. Go from phone tag to a couple of clicks. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's getting in on the mobile action. Speaking of, this was a new video I just posted, I think yesterday. Free passes for car dealers. No joke. Finished Vehicle Logistics Show, May 12th through 14th in California. If you're a car dealer or you work with an automotive group, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and we will try to get you into a free pass. This is an awesome show. Amazing. So the Finished Vehicle Logistics Show, that's in May. That is, man, Finished Vehicle Logistics, automotive logistics, so much information, so many great connections. And then in April, I'm going to be at Automotive Intelligence Summit in Raleigh. That is with Cherokee Media Group. That is going to be a great show. I can't wait to tell you more about that. I'll be live in Raleigh. I'll be live in California. And then next month, I'm going to be live from Caesar's Palace in Vegas at the Conference of Automotive Remarketing. And actually, right before is the the International Car Rental Show. Man, this is off the hook. I'm so excited. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel, man. You made it. It's Tuesday night. I'm Jay, your host. We got to the end of industry news, and we got a few minutes to spare, and that's good, because here's what's going to happen. Right after these messages, we're going to go into the information superhighway. I think I said industry news, but I already did industry news. Not sure. But the information superhighway, you aren't going to want to miss that. We're going to talk a little bit more about insurance rates, because this is the Auto Transport Insurance Searching for Car Hauling Insurance show. We're going to be right back.
Superflow Systems is excited to introduce DispatchCenter.com, a full-service load board for brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, featuring integrations with Truckify mobile app and iTruckPay. Use Route Scout technology to build your routes. Maximize truck capacity. Stay loaded at the highest available revenue with the least amount of driving miles. Tell us your lanes. Loadification will alert you to new loads posting in your route. Views instant load notifications sent with Book Now features. Search and book loads directly through the Truckify mobile app. Brokers and shippers, post your loads to Dispatch Center. Give authorized carriers the opportunity to instantly book your loads. Dispatch Center powers the Truckify mobile app, allowing instant load assignment to the driver. Truckify will send inspection reports, geo-located pickup and delivery photos, BOLs, and invoices back to the broker. Brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, Dispatch Center, and Truckify have what you need to be more profitable every day.
Hey, welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you for joining me tonight. It is now about 8:30, 30 minutes into the show. If you're just joining me now, you haven't missed anything. No, listen, seriously, I like to say this, is that I am not the expert of everything. There's no way. That's not possible. I'm the host of the show. I set up Auto Transport Intel, the car shipping business channel, as a place and a platform for all of us to share information. If you've got something you want to share, send it. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let me know why you want to be on the show. Let's set up a time. Let's talk about it. If you got a meme, information, whatever it is. So I need your help to build the best car shipping business channel I can. I do appreciate it. If you're tuning in, thank you for saying hello. Thank you for joining. Whatever you can get out of the show and whatever you can add, I sure do appreciate it. So let's go into the information superhighway. What is this? So what this is tonight's show, we're talking about the high cost of auto transport insurance, car hauling insurance, right? Again, there's no way I'm the expert on auto transport insurance, but this is a really important topic. People search it all the time. In fact, you see this? Look at this. You type in auto transport insurance, 196 million results. That's insane, okay? So people are searching for it. Now, what's cool, Lionel, he is with, check this out, go to cyfinancialsolutions.com. We're going to be talking more about his website, services, advice, but you can go to cyfinancialsolutions.com. Here, let's do this. I'm just gonna paste it right into the chat. Look at this, Lionel. See, Lionel's in the live chat right now. There, you can click on his link, go to his site. A couple of things he's going to talk. Here's 4 criteria he says that he definitely wants you to think about before you shop for auto transport insurance. Number 1, how's your credit history? Okay, definitely everyone's going to check your credit history. So be on top of your credit history. Make sure that's something that you want people to be looking at. How is your driver history? How's your safety score? What's your MC number going to result? Because they're gonna check you out on Safe for Sis. What is your plan on the 26,000 pounds? You're going to be under? You're going to be over? What is your plan? You know, because they're going to want to know this stuff. There's a lot more. This is just basic stuff. And the 4th thing is, where are you going to have your business address? Because as Lionel likes to talk about, it really matters. Where are you going to have your mailing address? Where are you going to park your truck? And once you settle on that, and by the way, you don't want to be in the middle of the city. That might not be optimal. He wants to talk to you about it. If you need help, cyfinancialsolutions.com. Once you have it, don't change it. Don't go changing it. Now listen, we're going to check out this quick video. I'm going to be right back. But listen to what Tommy at MCIEF says about, don't worry, Lionel. I haven't sent you your invite yet. You are good to go. I'm going to send it. Give me about 5 more minutes. But listen to what Tommy says from MCIEF.
I don't want to disillusion your audience, but the rates are not going to come down, won't come down for a significant part of time. The insurance industry has lost money insuring long-haul interstate truckers until there's enough premium back into the marketplace so that the insurance carriers can make a living or make a profit, or at least break even at this level. The rates are not going to come down. Now, there's going to be a gap between what the motor carrier does right, if they have a clean operation, have access to all this new technology, or paying attention, versus the people who have not paid attention. That gap's going to widen here. Part of it is you've heard about these nuclear verdicts. Well, that's just a tip of the iceberg, because what's underlying that is that mediations and stuff, the insurance companies are having to offer more money because everything's pushed up. About 3 years ago, the average case with fatality was about $1.2 million. Today, the reports are going over 2.5 million just for fatality. There was an article that came out, or a report just came out, FMCSA, that there's more fatalities, not a whole lot more this year than previous years. So it's not a good picture right now.
So there you go. That's why I made the background a bunch of green dollar signs. I think it goes without say, it is going to be expensive. If you're looking to get into car hauling, obviously you need the insurance. It is going to be expensive, and it just continues to keep going up. By the way, I was just reading in the live chat while I was watching that. Fast Eddie talked to Cox Automotive about ATI. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. That is super cool. Michael Culler, hello to you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go to the CTS Business Coaching question of the day. You know, it's funny, as I'm getting ready for the show, I'm putting all these things together, and like, look at this. I gotta pull the tape off the thing so you can see me here. I got about 1 million. Got to get my reading material and industry news and all these things. What is the CTS Business Coaching question of the day? All right, how about this? What are the 4 things? What are the 4 main things that Lionel says you need to make sure you are ready to be asked about when you're shopping for auto transport insurance? We are talking about credit history, driver history, your plan about weight of the 26,000, and business address. So that's your 4-part CTS Business Coaching question of the day. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to watch this video for me. This is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. I want to know your opinion too. Please watch this. Let me know your opinion. And when we come back, we're going to be with Lionel talking about auto transport insurance quotes. Car dealers and auto groups, I have good news. Auto Transport Intel invites you to attend this year's Finished Vehicle Logistics Conference for free. Automotive Logistics said it's okay, and it's their show, so email me now at autotransportintel@gmail.com and claim your free pass to Finished Vehicle Logistics North America. Why? I got 5 reasons why car dealers attend Finished Vehicle Logistics North America. Number 1, meet automakers. GM, Honda, BMW, Kia, Rivian, and more. 2, shake hands with auto transport fleet owners. Hanson and Adkins, Reliable, United Road, Pasha. 3, have lunch with terminal, port, and rail service providers. Horizon, BNSF, Amports, Union Pacific. 4, get to know transportation software companies. Acertus, Inform, Freight Verify, Automap. 5, panel discussions and breakout sessions. 2 days and nights of networking with top auto industry execs. So now, are you ready to go to the biggest finished vehicle logistics annual conference in North America? May 12th through May 14th at the Four Seasons Hotel, Westlake Village, California, Finished Vehicle Logistics North America. Tell me why you want these free passes to Finished Vehicle Logistics. I gave you 5 reasons to be there. Now give me 5 reasons why not. Email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Thanks for watching Auto Transport Intel, the car shipping business channel. Okay, so I'm over here. I'm like, I'm hitting this button, right? This button is frozen on my screen, and I sent the meeting ID over to Lionel. So, it's a live show. Anything can happen. We've seen all kinds of stuff happen. We've seen audio glitches, video glitches. We've seen people try to tune in their video and their audio was separate. What I got going on right now is like my Google Voice tab is just spinning. So do me a favor, Lionel. I sent you the meeting ID through email, because it's not going through Google Voice at the minute. In fact, I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that altogether. Let's just try to relaunch that window. Really strange. Oh, here we go. We got something here. Let's see what we got here. Who's knocking at the door? Is that you, Lionel?
Yes, sir. How you doing this evening, Jay?
Man, thanks so much for being patient and tuning in.
I love it. I listen to your show all the time. The back feeds on the videos that you guys have while I'm working.
Wow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I believe we're here. I believe that you're live. I believe the audio's good. Do me a favor, Lionel. Will you please say hello to the Tuesday Nights Live audience?
How is everyone this evening? That's the greatest information in auto haulers that's on the internet right now. That's what I can tell you.
I appreciate that. I have to agree with you, and I have to, because if I don't, then I would just pack it up. But I make bold calls every day. In fact, today I locked in that I'm going to be at Car Conference next month. And getting into the trade shows, that hasn't been the easiest thing to accomplish, just as for a carrier trying to get in with a dealership or a new car shipping customer, it really takes a lot of work. You got to really talk your way in. So it's interesting. So thank you.
Well, let me tell you something. A wise man named Jay told me last week that the sausage making process is very extensive.
And messy, right? And you don't
Yes,
want to
indeed.
watch. That's right. You don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. But it is. It is messy and expensive, and it's really part of what's amazing to me. This is why industry news is an early segment in the show, because you get to hear real feedback from folks that are out there in the field working with real world problems and real world feedback. and this is a tough industry.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's very tough. And to look at it from the perspective of insurance is kind of, you're moving a little fast if you're talking about insurance first, because it's just like building a building, Jay. If you don't have a great foundation, getting into the industry itself, your building's going to fall down.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, as you say that, I want you to this. You said this to me, and it meant a lot. What's your background in car hauling? Please share that info.
Well, my background in car hauling was my father was a truck driver. He drove a long time ago. That kind of piqued my interest. Was fortunate enough, my dad sent me to college, and my brothers and sisters, and it intrigued me so much, I decided to drive a truck, and got into the industry itself. Went and took my driver's test and hopped on the board and looked at the autos. I was down the street from Mannheim, and that looked interesting. I always seen cars moving on the road, so I got on the truck and just started the business.
Wow. So, and then how many years did you do that?
I did that since 2014, actually. My wife reminded me a couple days ago.
Right.
And I ended up coming down with something called Bell's palsy, the spatial paralysis, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. So, I made a lot of good friends in the industry itself, and I didn't want to disappoint them. And I wanted to be a lightning rod for them and help them.
Right. And so, and now, and this is the way you can do that. I mean, I think probably helping, if you're able to shed information in the area of insurance, that's a great thing. That is something that Ty and I, we talk about insurance all the time. It's painful.
Yeah, it's very, very, very painful. But once again, those pillars are everything. If you have a great foundation, at least with the foundation, it'll knock a lot of the worry in terms of cost and in terms of being prepared for the increases as you move forward.
So what is so I was talking about this in the information superhighway, and that information came from you, from when we were talking before. So building on that, what can you do if you're researching, starting out? What can you do to begin to build that foundation that is so important to set and build upon?
First thing I look at, Jay, is the business structure. When you look at the business structure of an organization, it means practically everything to a trucking company, because with that not taken into consideration, it could cost you a lot of money. Okay. The main thing about that is is where you're going to have your business. Based on where you're going to have your business, it's a great thing about living in America. You can have it anywhere. You can set your business up anywhere you want. So if you stop, take a little bit of information, make the decision where you're going to have your business could be predicated on what you're going to pay in insurance. Are you in the city? Are you in a rural area? Where are you parking your trucks? It means everything.
Wow. Right, and I'm sure that's not something that people are thinking of right off the get-go, right? Like,
yeah, a lot of guys walk into the business blind, but I've been fortunate enough to help a lot of people and set them in the right direction to get everything straight. And talking to Ty, I talked to Ty when I first seen your show. I had to call him. I had to call him, and me and Ty, we had to talk, and we couldn't get off the phone because we chewed a lot of the same dirt, and our worries and interests were the same thing for the guys that are out there doing this. It's a hard job, and I hear you guys. They may say you guys are talking negative or whatever the case is, but you're not. You guys are just telling people that just be in position and be careful, because it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, well, and you really see that too. It's amazing how some things can be tiring, but You'll see some videos on YouTube or you just read it in social media that out on the road after a while really does take a toll on the pocketbook,
Yes, it does.
on the family, on the equipment.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking those long days I had my wife and kids out there in the truck.
Wow.
2:00 in the morning, 15 degrees, strapping those cars on up at Manheim. I mean, it was an experience, and my family tells stories about it now. My sons, they really appreciate it.
Yeah,
But
right.
but your foundation is everything. Your foundation is everything, and you need to talk about these things.
Do you?
You got to have good people around you like Jay and Ty to give you the right directions of where you need to go.
Do you have like a checklist that you offer, or it's something you keep in your mind, or because you've got yeah, go ahead.
Well, the thing of it is, and I make the evaluations on the basis of who we write a policy for. If the people aren't prepared, I will advise them that they should take a sharper look at themselves before we move forward with the process. And you're right. I do go through a list of specific things. I have them go back, look at the credit as the number one, because they're going to evaluate you through credit by way of Experian right now. That's Progressive. The reason why I say Progressive, they're the main ones who write new entrants. They're not the only one that writes new entrants. There are other organizations that do write new entrant policies, but you're going to find them being much higher. Progressive's more understanding of the industry itself. I've had an opportunity to talk to the underwriters, make some communications with them, and they've been able to educate me on the preparation to prepare my customers for their policy.
And like Rich Bren, my friend over at PFA, Transportation Insurance and Surety Services, and he does a variety of consulting. He's also part of the Motor Carrier Insurance Education Foundation. Just talking about the more that the agent and underwriter knows about your business, the better, more accurate quote they can give you.
Jay, there's nothing better than an educated consumer. I always say it.
Right. Right.
That'll carry their business tenfold than the average guy just going out here getting a quote and just going.
Ooh, hey, along those lines, Mike just posted in the chat. He says Ohio guys have the cheapest insurance rates out there, talking about location.
Yes, they do.
How interesting is that? Thanks, Mike.
Yes, they do.
That is.
Actually, Progressive's main office is in Ohio, believe it or not.
Well, there you go.
That might have something to do with it. I'm not sure, but.
And so, like UG in the live chat, he says, so which states are better to register their business in? You got any advice on which states are better to register a business?
Well, the states, I'm not really going specifically on the states. Right. I'm more or less saying the city. Where if you set up in the city or you set up in a rural place, that's the foundation of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can set up a company around the area that you are, but you got to really think about that. If you set up in the city, you're going to be hit with city rates, just like you would if you were driving your car. People close to the city are going to pay higher rates because they have more influx of traffic.
Right, and that makes sense. Here's another good question. For the best rate, is a new transporting company better to have just one or two trucks running, or is it best to have 10-plus drivers that have experience and no accidents?
Well, Progressive is dabbling in fleets right now. They want to take on fleets, but they're mostly focused on new entrants. Companies are going between 1 and 6 trucks right now. So they'll let you build up. They won't let you build up too fast, but they'll let you add on trucks as you move on in the industry. And they are looking at your safer rating also during the period of time that you have your policy, just as with your customers also. So you have to be careful about that. I make a recommendation of a risk management program for all my small companies that are out there. They have to go through all their regular preparations, but they have to do it in tenfold. because if you have your own safety program in place, it only enforces what the DOT inspector is going to do when he pulls you over.
Just giving a shout out to Trucker G. He said Shaggy says to check us out. Thank you so much, Trucker G. Mike Nikov also added that he's got Stinger guys paying $1,200 a month for 350K cargo. That doesn't sound too bad. And by the way, so here's another question. Only Ramsey says, where does Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Illinois, Chicago rank? Okay, so Pennsylvania and Chicago. Excuse me, Pittsburgh and Chicago. How do those rank? Any feedback?
In terms of cost?
Yeah, in terms of cost, I think is what he's talking about. Those sound like big cities, though. Is that like along what you're saying?
Yeah, those are along big cities. I mean, he mentioned Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh, but the cities more or less. I wouldn't recommend setting up an organization near the main cities in those states. But I think all of those costs will be commensurate with where you're set in terms of your rural areas outside of the city.
Right.
Which you're probably going to need that anyway because you got a truck and trailer.
And probably when you given actuarial tables and statistics, there's just a higher probability of either theft or accident in a city. I mean, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that's basically what we're talking about. The foundation of just insurance in general is you got more cars, you're going to pay higher insurance.
Right. Okay.
In highly populated places, more of the ability to have accidents, more dangers, and everything like that there around.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When I originally started and did the my due diligence, I actually set up out near Manheim, Pennsylvania, right at the auction. I didn't have a problem with the insurance company because it made practical sense. They said, "Hey, if that's where you're picking the cars up, that's fine."
That's good. And that's another thing that I like. That I mean, you're located in Devon, PA, nearabouts the Manheim, right? That's a great location.
Yeah, it's probably about 65 miles out, which is a good distance. It turned into no distance at all after you got used to going up there. Is what it is. You drive your car up there, you pick up your truck and trailer, you grab your cars from Manheim and you head out.
Right, or you hang out, or if you're like Ty, you roll around in the parking lot for a while.
Yeah, and go up into the auctions and interact with people.
That's what he likes to do. Hey, by the way, I want to say hello. I got Custom Wheel Horse Tractor. Eric 83 is with us. What's up? Top Trending is here. How you doing? Gary P. Here's one from Gary P. Can I get a ballpark price? 2019 Ram 4500, 2020 Kaufman 4-car. Clean record, new venture, new DOT, Los Angeles. 1 million truck, 150K cargo, please. What do you got?
Once again, the foundation that is where you want to set your business.
Los Angeles.
How's your credit?
Yeah.
Do you have a CDL? Do you have, they're giving discounts for companies that have CDL drivers that have 2 years or more experience. Also, that comes up with the determination if you want to run with the combination weight of 10,000 pound trailer, or you want to run over the 26,000 pound rate. Those are all indifferences of how you want to set up. But if you're 4-car, sounds like you're going to a commercial.
And by the way, on the 26,000, in which direction is your insurance rate going to be higher? I frankly want to know.
Really, this is something that was very important to me and what we discovered in the industry. And I just want to say this to all your viewers this evening and all your listeners. Let's take a look at this in a practical venue. When that DOT officer pulls you over, he's not going to change hats and say, you know what, you don't have a commercial truck here. I'm going to put on another hat and evaluate you differently. He's not going to do it. He's going to rule you under those same DOT regulations, and you're going to have to be educated and know how to do everything that everybody that's on a commercial truck is doing. So I would advise you can at least get to the point where you're getting a permit. In the state of Pennsylvania, I don't know outside of Pennsylvania, but it costs $49.50 to go in and take your CDL permit, and at least that'll give you an up on what to do in that situation. That's a great education for $49.50. The videos are on for the tests. You can see them on YouTube. They actually have the books in PDF form on the computer. You can read the regulations, and a lot of guys get lost making the determination of what they're carrying. Just like you said earlier, you can argue about that 26,000-pound weight back and forth for hours, but the foundation of it is you need a 10,000 GVWR rated trailer on the back of your vehicle. And if you have that combined with you can actually have a 26,000-pound tractor or a 26,000-pound dually and put those two together. It sounds like it's over the CDL requirement, but it's not, because everything is in the trailer. It's the combination weight. Everybody's making the assumption of 26,000 pounds. And the reason I tell you this, Jay, is not that I'm a know-it-all or I read as much. Guys, I'm working off of mistakes. I went to pick my trailer up, and I got educated by the DOT officer that pulled me over. That's where I got that from.
Yikes. Hey, speaking of, Ty is with us. Ty.
Hey, guys. Lionel, is that you?
Yeah, it's me, Ty. Can't see me yet, but it's me.
Well,
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
One of the things that I really liked about Lionel is that he's kind of like us a little bit. He's very, there's this certain degree people are getting into this business that maybe don't know as much as Jay or Ty or Lionel. And I like it because he slows people down a little bit too and gets them to think. My big one is always, you better have some money saved up. His big one is, you better have a good credit score. Right?
Yes, indeed. I'd make a recommendation of, after you bought your truck, after you bought your trailer, after you paid for your insurance, you need to have a good $5,000 to $10,000 saved up, because it's going to take you a time to build up the reputation through your auto dealers. And it's great you guys are going to have an auto dealer on here tonight. That is key. That is key to your business. But you're going to have to work on your relationships to build that up. And, a lot of people are not going to pay you immediately. And, if you try to run your business on the foundation of the boards, you're going to go out of business real fast. But it takes time, and, look forward to losing a little bit of money over a 9-month period until you can build yourself up. It takes time.
Takes time. Well, and you've been there. You're speaking from experience too, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah. I can. I'm just thinking about the arguments I had between myself and my wife.
Yeah. So you do. So you're saying like who's your? How would I put that? Who's your best client? I mean, what's the majority, the bulk of your clients?
It's mostly the smaller trucking companies, the guys who make up 80% of the stuff that's moved on the road right now. Smaller fleets, 1 to 9 truck fleets. I love those guys. I'm here to make sure they stay in business and maintain business. I just don't sell them a policy, and most of the guys that know me, they'll tell you. I call them and I check on them, make sure they're doing great, make sure their family's doing great. It's to me, it's you're making a friend. You're making friends out here, and you're networking, and you're keeping the guys together. I introduce other truckers to other, because it's cold out there 2 o'clock in the morning, and you get pulled over on a DOT stop, and the guy tells you that, look, this is a commercial truck. You're over 26,000 pounds, and you don't know, and they got to come down. You got to call somebody to pick you up because you're out of service or something like that. So I make sure I connect the guys and network, and everybody knows who's out that night.
So you don't tell the guys just wait till they leave and then go ahead and go? Or go get the trucker at the truck stop?
No, it's hey, you guys know most of the people out here who drive the cars and stuff. I got a lot of respect for them, and like I said, I'd hate to see anybody be out there late at night and just stuck on the side of the road somewhere strange, and and they have nobody who's going to come get them. It's rough.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I really appreciated about Lionel is he really is interested in seeing people succeed, and that's falls right in line with what Jay and I we want to see people succeed. And my role in that is business strategy, business plan, and we try to teach people, yeah, you can use a load board, it's okay, but don't get addicted to it. It's funny, I was coaching a guy today, as a matter of fact. I said, how much time do you spend on that load board a day? Jay, this ought to be your CTS question of the day. What's your average time looking at Central Dispatch to find a load? Guess what this guy's answer was?
6 hours?
On the money, 6.
Which is a lot. That's a lot for a driver.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. And I said, okay, how about this? Well, I'll make a deal with you. What if you give me a little, and I'll give you a little. You give me 3 hours, and I'll let you keep 3.
Oh, yeah,
what are you going to do with your 3 hours? I'm going to look
at what would you do with another 3 hours? Right on. Whoa.
Google used car dealers in your neighborhood, and it'll have their phone number and hours of operation, probably even who the owner is. If you don't want to go talk to them face to face, pick up the phone and call them. Why not? It's got to be better than looking at a screen. It has to be, knowing that.
And here's it is an interesting it's an interesting, I don't know if dichotomy is the right word, or balancing act. But here, on the one hand, I just put in the chat, because only Ramsey said, anybody know any enclosed dispatchers out there? And so I put in, I asked Sue at Murphy Auto, just ask her. She talks dispatching. And so, and also, like, there's a lot of load boards and software to find loads. We're not saying don't look at that stuff. We're saying don't do that first. Right?
It does become an addiction.
It is.
That's a true story.
You do get addicted. You get addicted to the load board.
Dude,
it's weird.
He's telling me, like, I literally will pull over on the shoulder to look. While driving down the road, I will pull over.
It's like scrolling through Facebook, right? You keep going. You just keep going. It's like being in Vegas pulling that hammer. It's weird.
Mobile dispatching.
It's weird. It is weird.
Hey, Lionel, I got some questions for you. So when guys, their insurance is coming up, can they call you about maybe getting a different quote?
Yeah, that's a great question there, Ty. In your second year, you're considered open for other insurance companies, because they want to see your loss runs over the year to qualify you for new rates. So that is exciting. So if you make it through the first year of not making any money or little to no money, there's a little light at the end of the tunnel there.
Yeah. So that means, like, if I've made it a year, I've been paying stupid premiums. I caught Jay's show and I heard of a guy named Lionel. I just send you my loss run ratio, or how does that work?
You send me the loss runs, any damages or anything that happened during the year. If everything comes back clean, or everything comes back small, they'll give you the evaluation and give you credit for that. Also, guys, your electronic logging device comes into this too. I forgot to mention it. There's anywhere from a 3 to 18% discount that you can get by allowing them to have access to your electronic logging device data, and they'll test it and see how your drivers are doing. So it works great. You get a discount. You get an immediate discount of 3%, and then after 30 days, they'll come back and evaluate you, and the average person is getting at least 11% off of it.
Wow!
Don't mess with my discount.
That's huge.
Yes.
That Kool-Aid.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. Drink your ELD Kool-Aid. But seriously, folks, it's a really good ad campaign, that don't mess with my discount, right? Because if it calls attention to these small ways that you can let folks into how you run your day and your business, and it can help you save money. It's great.
Yes, indeed.
Cool.
Yes, indeed.
I mean,
But
Mike says it. I'm totally against giving anyone access to my ELD, right? I get that. I get that too. It's just like the dichotomy. Do I have a dispatch or do I not? Do I love my ELD? Do I hate it? I mean, what do you do?
I totally understand. I totally understand.
Yeah, big no. It's very interesting. It is. It's hard to parse. So many factors.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
One of the cool things I liked about Lionel was if I called him and asked him for insurance, he doesn't just sell you insurance. He invests time to get to know you, to get to understand what you're doing, your background. If it's not car hauling, hey, call Ty or call Jay or somebody, or even talk to Lionel. I mean, you can learn a lot from this guy. But the cool part is he's not out here just to sell you insurance. So welcome to the family. He's going to be my new go-to. I'll be shoving everybody to Lionel for insurance quotes. Okay.
And that's Lionel. That's why you're here live tonight. I mean, yeah, we do. We appreciate you putting yourself out there.
Yeah, it's really big. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
It's not a problem. We welcome guys to the family on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. I've had a few questions that I missed, and I'm going to keep reading stuff. Paul asks, does Lionel insure in Massachusetts? This is a good question because it gets to the heart of, does Lionel insure? Lionel?
Well, Lionel doesn't insure. I work for the customer. I work for him. The insurance companies do the insuring. So I'm going to match you with your profile with the best circumstance that you can be in, based on your profile, once again, your foundation.
Right. So you're a strategist. You're a business strategist, a consultant. You're not the underwriter. You're helping the customer shop better, shop smarter.
Yes.
Shop S-smart.
Yes. Try to get a better understanding of his preparation before he applies for insurance.
Which is
instead of just going and asking for a rate based on where they are and not knowing the foundation of having good credit at the same time, they will kill you, and then they won't tell you why they gave you the high rate.
And that's what I think we see a lot in Facebook, is people have come back with the result without knowing what went into the recipe for that bad number.
Exactly, and that's why that building falls down. That's why you get the high rate, and you're shopping, but there's a limitation of where you can shop because there's not a lot of people out there that wants new entrants.
Well, no,
not a lot.
Like we heard from Tommy Rook at MCIEF, insurance rates are just going to keep going up, so you got to be prepared. Here's another go. Does staying within 200 to 500 miles of home base affect your rate?
Home base does affect your rate in some instances, but it doesn't affect in other instances, meaning that from a state-to-state circumstance, they give you considerations for radius from home base. They like to start from probably, I would say, 300-mile radius out. They won't really even consider you if you try to go shorter. So if you're trying to get an interstate quote, I don't think they'll Progressive even wants to take the policy
of an in-state operation. They want over the road.
Yeah, it's kind of like 200-mile radius. They kind of shy away from that.
Interesting. Let's see here. Does Lionel have 24-hour insurance additionally insured for new customers needing that? How would you consult the need for 24-hour insurance and additionally insured for new customers? Because you do hear that one. In fact, there's a lot of strange information about additionally insured. What are we gonna say?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Here's one thing that I could give you on that. The one thing you love talking about, Jay. Once I start listening to the show, is technology. And the insurance companies have improved a lot in regards to certificates of insurance, add-ons, and stuff like that. So Progressive actually has an app that you can download on your phone and it'll allow you to give a certificate of insurance or add on additionally insured for your customers. If you're picking up a load, you can do it right on the spot.
You know, it's interesting. I didn't know about the app. When I was dispatching, I knew that as a dispatcher for a carrier, I could log in on behalf of the carrier and create certificates of insurance because it's just a simple form. You're just filling in information and giving them a certificate. It's just verification of insurance. But I did not know that you could do additionally insured. That's very interesting.
Yes, indeed. You can do it, but for most of a lot of the customers like to take Accord forms like
right, Accord
United
forms.
Road.
Yes.
An Accord form is an official form that's written up with all the information. It's an official insurance form. It's actually, I think it's Accord form number 125. It'll say Accord up on the top left hand. It'll say who the broker is, who the insurance agent is, what the coverages are, and you can put write the customer down as the additionally insured. A lot of them require because what they like to do, and some of your drivers will tell you this too. They'll actually shut your account down when they receive that you haven't paid your insurance 7 days prior to the time that they give you to pay it. So they don't wait for your insurance to drop before they cut your account. They'll do it a week prior to. That's why they like to put themselves in that position.
How about it's interesting on the, I know I so badly want to ask opinion, but because I think there's a few folks that are looking for some opinions. What do you need to but rather than getting into opinion, what do you need to prepare for? Let's say you're okay with the quote. What are you going to pay? What are you going to have to pay now? And what kind of payment system can you set up that's favorable? Meaning, like, it seems like that you can do a couple semi-annuals, although they're closer in time frame. Tell me more about payment terms and what a new entrant can get that they can work with.
A new entrant payment terms are normally coming back at about 20% down.
Okay.
With the 10-month payment period. But there are discounts for shorter pays. If you want to pay 6 months up front, there's a discount. And if you want to pay for the whole year, there's a significant discount. There's also a discount for automatic withdrawal if you like to do that.
Right. Okay. Not that, I mean, that's not easy to do, but when you say significant discount, you're getting people's attention.
Yeah, I would say you're talking if we need an interpretation based on commercial rates, it's in the thousands for that yearly payment. It's in the thousands when you pay up front for 6 months.
Okay.
Watch this though. So I heard Lionel say 20% down. Did I hear that?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so I hear guys on a regular basis, man, my quote came back $25,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $5,000 down, and then 10 payments, right?
Yes, indeed.
So if the guy's wanting to get into business, he gets the quote, and he's got $5,000 in his pocket, but he's thinking, man, if I give them the $5,000, I got insurance. Now I can go run and make enough money to make my truck payment and my trailer payment, and then hopefully save up enough money to make my insurance payment next month. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, a lot of guys are definitely trying to get in like that.
Yeah. So you run into those guys.
Yeah, and that's why I check their financial status at that time. Make sure they're financially stable, or if they're trying to do it with glue and paper clips. I kind of shy away from that because they're not going to be in business. It's not going to be good for me. It's not going to be good for them.
Yeah. Well, and I think that sends a big message, in my opinion, to the people wanting to get into the business that it's kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I want to get in. To hear a guy say, "No, it's not quite how it goes," makes me feel good.
Well, because I mean, I've been there. I feel bad for a lot of guys who, they're excited, they want to get out here and they want to do something. But even guys in those positions, I would make the recommendation to go jump on that truck and learn everything that you can. Another driver, ride it out with them for about 6 weeks to get some experience to really see if you really want to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I always tell people, go talk to 5 car dealers and call me back, and nobody ever calls me back.
Yeah.
It is interesting how many people daily, I don't know if it's, where does everybody get the idea to make money with the truck, get into hauling cars? Where does all this come from? And how, and I guess right next to that, there should be links to like, okay, if you're really thinking about this, click here to talk to Lionel. Are you serious? Click here to talk to Ty. No, I'm serious. Click here to watch ATI. But, right, it's not like that though. It's, click here, if you want money falling from the sky, watch this video. 5 minutes later, you're a truck driver. It's weird.
Car haul. Is that 26,000, 26,001? I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, the commitment that's involved, and I'm seeing here, gentleman's putting in here about this CSA. I just thought about that. I actually had a guy get into business, went out, bought a 5-car trailer, got a dually, hooked it up, did everything the right way, hired his driver, hooked up the electronic logging device, got his apportion tag, his IFTA stickers, had everything straight inside the trailer, got pulled over by DOT, and the driver got put out of service because he didn't backlog the 6 days that he did not write down that he said he had off because it was his first day in business.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And that hit his safer rating, and after that he got he couldn't qualify to haul for one of the major haulers. So you guys got to be careful of that. So you got to be real detailed in your preparations. You got to be extremely detailed in your preparations because the DOT inspector is going to be detailed in his preparations when he pulls you over for that level 1.
Isn't that the thing? It's like, I guess that's why I say the things I say. Like, I personally can't imagine trying to get it all right and then having to deal with the DOT for the first time of, that big first moment. That's crazy. There's too much to know to just dive in, thinking you're going to bring in 10 grand a week after expenses. It's just,
hey,
man,
all you got to do is drive down past Dumfries down in Virginia. They're pulling in 24 hours a day. They rarely close down there. That's all you got to do.
Well, that's
you pull in there.
And that's where Facebook is extremely valuable for drivers, because if you see, they say they're real busy in Jacksonville. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, they're looking for you down there in Dumfries with a 3-car trailer with the 3 axles and trying to go below 26,000 pounds.
Ooh.
DOT inspectors looking at 7,000 pounds per axle with no IFTA stickers on the side. Hey, pull over. Pull over.
And
something's not right.
Right, and it's the hotshot guys. They get pulled over even more than the high mount, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And all that affects your insurance.
And that's,
all of it affects your insurance.
It almost seems like a setup. Like the concept, you were talking about CDL permit earlier. The concept that you can stay under the 26 and make good money, it's almost like it seems like a trap. I know people are doing it, but it sounds like a trap when you get to the weigh station.
Well, the trap is the under information that you're given or that you're learning while you're doing it, because a lot of guys won't take the step to go get the permit. At least getting the permit, you at least know what the regulations are, or you're preparing for the regulations as you go out. A lot of guys like to say, whoa, I didn't have to take the test. Okay, you didn't have to take the test, so you're at a disadvantage. So, the DOT inspector is going to act as your judge, jury, and executioner out there on the road. That's what it's going to be. He's going to make the determination right there on the spot, and that's what you're going to have to live with it on your record.
Well, and exactly. This is where Hank. We've had Hank Seaton on the show before. He's a transportation lawyer. He talks about those safety records. Man, it's brutal. Isn't Mike? Mike is Mike Niekoff. He's been involved in the chat from time to time for a couple years now. He says he disagrees. You as a driver who possesses CDL should be a professional, know what to expect and laws to follow. If you follow state laws, nothing to fear. And I think that's what we're talking about, Mike. Is that yes, the driver is the professional in charge, but I think what we're talking about is, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but there's definitely a percentage of folks getting in that do not have as much information as they need until it's too late. And I think that's what we're talking about.
Yes, indeed.
And it's a good point, Mike.
No disrespect to all the professional drivers out there who put the time in on the road and follow all of the pre and post inspections and stop every 100 miles to check that their load is strapped on. No disrespect at all. It's just the most of the guys who try to get out there and drive without a CDL in an environment that requires information as a commercial driver.
Or the fact that you've got law enforcement agents who have discretion. So, Mike, explain to me how we're supposed to know the rules when they don't even know.
They won't let you see the rule book when you get out there on the road either.
Exactly.
It's the discretion. This word discretion is just tough all around. Because anybody given the license to have discretion is going to differ from the next person.
Yeah, and the better part is they get a daily memo from corporate headquarters, right? Hey, we need you guys to start really keeping an eye on this. They don't even know what this is. They just got a memo, so they look at this, and it's got rust on it. So now you got to get out of service or pay a big fine.
And you do.
You're about as smart as a box of rocks.
You do hear, if you read enough, you do hear about out of service and violations that seem unfair and tilted in the way they were judged.
Now that car that's hanging off 3 feet off the back, that's really dangerous. I need to be out of service for that because your discretion's stupid.
Right. It'd be infuriating to have to examine all this. If you could have an actual judge rule.
Go get the book,
right?
Mike. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but seriously, buddy, go get the book and tell me. There's no way nobody knows all the FMSCA bullcrap. Be on fire about that, man. So I've got to take a break.
No, and it's true. They really should have like a mobile podium and a judge. It could be a reality show. Mobile way station judge. And roll credits and the judge rolls up. Okay, what do we got here today? Wow, this violation just doesn't make sense.
Stop right there, Jay. You just created a new show.
Oh, great.
You just created a new show.
We got Auto Transport Intel live from the Way Station. Way Station live.
Our judge tonight.
Banging the gavel and drinking ELD Kool-Aid. Tell him what he's won, Bob.
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
This has got to be the most overregulated business I've ever known of, and I still to this day don't understand any of it. So, it's crap. It's a scam.
And by the way, I do honestly welcome, as this channel has grown, I'm trying to reach across the aisle. I'm talking to companies now that, maybe 2 years ago seemed impossible or maybe I said a little too much. So I say it. DOT enforcement is welcome on this show to share examples of how, let's hear it from the other side. Let's hear a DOT officer talk about what the crazy stuff he sees. Because I tell you what, that'd be fascinating. Right?
Yes, indeed.
Man, that would be.
actually right outside my house. I'm right down in an area. This DOT sets up right behind my house in the parking lot of a Walmart. Believe it or not, I can actually walk and talk to the guys. I go bring them coffee and let them share war stories with me.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Hey, Jay, are we supposed to talk to Charlie?
You know, are you a mind reader? Because I literally was just thinking, do me a favor. Will you text him the meeting ID? I emailed you, and my Google Voice is still spinning. I don't know what it is with Google Voice tonight. But if you'll text him the meeting ID and the call-in number, and Charlie will join us, that'd be awesome. That's perfect timing. I was just thinking that. Let's see here. Oh, hey, this is neat. Were you gonna say something, Ty?
I was going to say, hey, Lionel, is your speaker on?
Yes, my speaker's on.
Okay.
Was it on before?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Feedback.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not going out. I only have one speaker on over here. I don't have anything else
You're
on.
good. Okay, you're good.
I heard.
Probably.
Well, I think I hear it more when you talk.
Oh.
Well, I just heard it.
It's you.
Well, no, but I did just hear it. I heard myself. Self.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, back to Lionel. Lionel, are you how busy are you right now?
Yeah, right. Good question.
I mean, I'm very busy. I'm always troubleshooting. Just from the perspective, the guys are calling me who are already in and are already my customers. But I'm also open for people asking questions. Questions are free. Doesn't cost anything to have a communication, to get an understanding. You don't have to pay for insurance. And I'll make another recommendation for new entrants also. There's a 21-day period for your cooling period for your DOT and MC number. So during that period of time, you don't have to file for your insurance until at the end of the 21-day period, which normally lasts about 30 days because they don't include the weekends or holidays for days. So that's a tip there to give you a preparation. So you can file your DOT and your MC number and wait until you get to the end to make sure all your preparations are in place for your insurance.
Whoa, that's cool.
Hey, Jermaine just added, DOT once told him that a pickup with a 3-car hauler is an easy target because most of the guys don't have a CDL.
Yes, indeed. And once again, I don't disrespect the guys, but I just try to tell them to be prepared because, like I said, the DOT inspector is not going to change hats because you're not over 26,000 pounds. You're subjected to the same rules. And I would suggest you go online and learn everything that you possibly can in regards to your procedures before you go out there on the road and be safe.
Hey, Charlie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's going on?
All right, what is going on? We got Charlie from Excel Auto with us. That is awesome.
How you doing?
Thanks for joining us tonight, Charlie. We've been talking. I don't know if you've caught any of the show or.
No, man. I've been watching some basketball.
Yeah, who's playing? What's going on? All
That's
right,
a car dealer.
Well,
That's a car dealer.
Car dealer.
well, the
No, I'm not
Lakers,
watching
man.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, the Lakers and Pelicans are playing.
Right.
Zion's must see TV right now.
That's awesome.
Hey, Charlie. Hey.
Yeah.
Charlie and I go way back, guys. Charlie and I have done a lot of business together. Charlie, you've done about everything in a car dealership, haven't you?
Well, pretty much. Yeah.
GM, used car manager, sales, service. You've seen it all.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, I've seen it all.
Yeah. And then also
Some of it good, some of it bad.
Yeah. What do you do now?
Well, I have my own little car lot here in Neosho, Missouri. I'm kind of a one-man show right now, which I like. There's no stress that way.
You don't have big corporate boss barking at you every 5 seconds. How come you need to sell more cars?
No, don't have to deal with that. If the only person that can chew me out is me.
There you go. Well, you chewed me out a couple of times, so let's talk about hauling cars for car dealers. What's been some of your experiences over the years with hauling cars?
Well, I live my life by the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, and stupid being me. I like everything simple. And I'm a pretty direct individual. So, I haven't had a whole lot of issues, over the past, because I'm pretty good at, telling people what I expect when they're providing a service to me. And, I think that is a big key, is communication. And if you communicate well and everybody's on the same page, you don't normally have a lot of issues, there's always something that's going to happen, like a driver's going to break down or something like that that's out of your control. But the things that are in your control should be very simple. You need to find a person who's transporting your cars that's on the same page as you. And that's kind of always been my deal. When you were hauling for me, I told you what I expected and you understood it. And we had great communication. My cars was there the next day, which is what I want. And there's a reason for that. But my cars were there the next day. And if they weren't, I was calling you or you were calling me and you were telling me what was going on. And, it's pretty easy, don't you think?
Yeah, I like it. And some of those reasons and I think this is, I do a lot of coaching for guys that are either in the business new or wanting to get in it. And one of the things I try to really emphasize is basically just what you said. It's like becoming a joint partner. You tell me what you need, your expectations. I think about it for a minute and see, I think I can make that happen. Then we make a deal. So this is a real car dealer that really talks to car haulers. He has expectations. He wants his cars. There are reasons why he wants his cars. Some of those reasons might be what, Charlie?
Well, the reason is, it's real simple. Again, I'll use this word a lot during our conversations, but the sooner I get my cars, the sooner I get them through service. The sooner I get them through service, the sooner I get them to detail. The sooner I get them to detail, the sooner they're on my lot. I don't have a floor plan, but a lot of guys have floor plan. And if you don't get me my cars until Friday, well, guess what? I've lost a whole weekend. And then I've lost Monday because normally, all the mechanics are busy on Monday, whether it be in the dealership or whether it be, individuals. They're all busy because everybody broke down over the weekend,
Yeah.
So then you're waiting until Tuesday. Now you've lost 4 or 5 days. So you've lost 10 days. It can add up to 10 days so fast. And a lot of dealers are playing big floor plans. When you got $30,000 cars, you got an $80 a day deal. That's $800 in 10 days.
Hold on, but explain to everybody what a floor plan is. Some people don't know what a floor plan. What is that?
Well, the floor plan is basically a loan that the bank gives you to buy your cars, and you have a daily occurrence. So you got $5 million in inventory. You have a daily interest rate that adds up daily.
So you really want those cars.
Well, that's why it's so important. And then you got another aspect of it. A good used car guy is going to go back. He's going to get his salespeople excited. He's going to go back and brag about the great deals that he bought. He's going to ask who's got a customer looking for what car, and he's going to tell them, get on the phone, tell them about the car, tell them it's coming in. Well, guess what? That car ain't on the lot for 10 days. All your excitement is gone. And that customer that Johnny had that was looking for the 2015 Ford Explorer, guess what? They've already bought a 2015 Ford Explorer from your competition. So now you've lost a car deal on top of your floor plan cost.
Yeah. And see, it's just like what you just said is so good to hear because it's coming from you, a car dealer. So when I say this stuff, it really doesn't make much sense. But when you say it, for some reason, I get it.
Well, and then there's another deal, too, because, at the new car stores, I had my own, they didn't work for me, but I had mechanics that attended to the used car department. I had 3 mechanics that took care of the used car department. Well, they're expecting the car the next day, so they're not taking on any work because they're expecting to get 2 truckloads of cars. Well, guess what? That truck don't show up, and them guys are standing there. They ain't making any money either. Now they're pissed off because they could have done, customer work that the service writers could have given them, but the service writers held off because they knew that you had your cars coming in.
Yeah, and then Ty screwed it up because they weren't there at 8 in the morning.
Well, brother, it's
but
one thing leads to another. It's a domino effect.
It is, and that's where I think it's important. And see, I tell guys this a lot, and you and I have done this. Hey, if you go to the auction, just give me a heads up on Monday. You'll shoot me.
Give you a day. Give you a day's notice, man. Give you a day's notice. Try to take. Hey, how many cars are you looking to buy, man? The market permitting, I'm going to buy X. After the day, I call you and say, hey, man, the market only allowed me to buy Y, but here's the cars that I bought.
Okay, here's a good question. Sorry to interrupt
you.
Where do you buy cars?
Go ahead.
Where do you buy cars?
Right now, I'm buying at Odessa in Kansas City.
But it's an auction, dealer only?
Yes.
Well, this sounds to you and I, this sounds like what are you asking this question for, Ty? Are you that crazy? But I encourage guys, used car dealers, there are a lot of them. There was 40 million used cars sold in 2018. There were only 17 million new cars sold in 18. So I like to live with the classes. I'm going to sell to the masses. Who's the mass? The mass is the used car market. So Charlie, everything Charlie's talking about here is used cars. He's a used car dealer, and he buys cars at a dealer-only auction. We've got at least 4. There's your Mannheim, your Odessa, your independent, and your online auctions. Charlie, I like the way Charlie rolls because Charlie's old school. He likes to go to the auction. Right?
When I can, absolutely. Like I say, I'm a one-man show, so sometimes, I'm forced to buy online. And I don't like that. I like to see it, touch it, feel it, hear it run. I hate depending on somebody else, but, sometimes, you gotta roll with the business. The business dictates, and you've got to adjust because the business is always evolving. It is never the same. It ain't even close. The business is not even close today as to what it was when I got into it 20 years ago. There's nothing even close.
Right. I believe that.
Hey, it ain't the same as it was 3 years ago. It ain't the same as it was last year. You have so many, factors. You have online, you have the online auctions, you have the buy here, pay here's. A friend of mine went to Kansas City, put a coin in a machine rotated, came down and spit out his car called Carvana. Have you heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Once it's
everybody's heard of it. Everybody. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everybody's heard
crazy.
of Carvana.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did he like it?
And he has terrible credit.
Well, a lot.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah, exactly.
He had terrible credit.
Everybody says they love
him.
Carvana. It's wild, right? It
He
must
goes,
be
man,
great.
it was easy. He said, I drove the car home. He said, I got home and seen that it had been in an accident. It had a big hole in the floorboard. I called him up, and he said, guess what? They replaced it with a nicer, newer car.
Right, because they don't make any money. Allegedly. Right?
Man, I don't know. He's like, man, I don't know who owns them. I said, I don't know, man. It sounds like A-Rab or drug money to me. I don't know.
Well, okay, so this gets talked about at these conventions. The question is, does Carvana make any money? And I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't think so.
Hey, Charlie, you want to go to California?
But Amazon had the same problem for a long time.
No.
Well, this is why I like having Charlie on here, because the guys that I coach, I tell them stuff. Stay up with current events. Get on LinkedIn, follow anybody that's a car dealer. And then when you go talk to a car dealer that maybe you don't know, just drop out the word Carvana and just step back.
Love it.
Got a friend, Carvana?
Right. That's all you need. One word. Carvana.
Yeah. So Charlie,
it's insane. It's insane.
It's times are changing. That's where you were going. We interrupted.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. And if you ain't changing with the times, guess what, man? You're gonna be left behind. I mean, you are, and you got to find what works for you. You know what works for Ty may not work for me. You know, for example, you know. And I don't care if it's hauling cars. I don't care if it's selling cows. I don't care if it's selling cars. I mean, you got to find what works for you.
Yeah, that's right.
But
That's right.
Going back to my original thing is keep it simple, stupid. I mean, if you want to be a good car hauler that has good customers, build a relationship with your dealer, you know, and find out what's important to them and what you can do to help make their life easier, and then explain to them what they can do to make your life easier. It works both ways. It's a relationship, you know. Car business is all about relationships. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, if I wanted to get back on the new... Go ahead.
Charlie.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I used to bring in a dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts in to start the conversation with the guys.
Yeah, it's an icebreaker, man. Yeah, why not? It's an icebreaker.
Yep. And you know, Charlie, I tell these guys all the time. I said, I don't care if it's, you know, mom and pop 10 cars on the lot, or if it's the big Ford Chevy store in town. That dealer is a part of the community. He's invested in the community. He's a people person. I mean, he might act like he doesn't want to talk to you today, but come and see him again next week and next week. They're good people. Car dealers are not evil, mean, hateful people. I promise, they're not.
Oh, you're 100% right. I mean, I've been very fortunate. You know, the dealerships that I worked for. I mean, you know, they were good people, and you know, most of them were family owned, and you know, they didn't want you doing you know, illegal or snide crap, you know. I mean, they wanted you to be up front with the customers, and, you know, they honestly wanted to sell good products. I believe every dealer wants to sell a good product, because every dealer that's worth their salt knows that to sustain, you got to have repeat and referral business. And I would think that it would be the same in any business, you know, whether it be transporting cars, whether it be lawn mowing, you know, you get repeat and referral business, and your business is going to be fine. Your business is going to be healthy. It's going to grow. It's going to allow you to learn and adapt to the new things that are coming, you know, the changes in the processes.
That's right. That's so good. Man, I'm so glad you came on,
Me
Charlie.
too,
That's
man.
good.
This has been awesome.
Yeah, that was really good.
And it's, you know, I just want to say this. You know what's interesting, Charlie, is that what's so obvious to us, the individual, you know, what you're saying is so clearly basic, is so great to hear
from the dealer.
Well, you know, it's the forest through the trees, man. You know, everybody tries to make everything too complicated and not seeing the beauty of that one tree because they're too busy looking at the forest, you know. And we all do that in our lives, you know. I mean, we all do it. None of us are not susceptible to that happening. We can get caught up in it, you know, especially the way phones are and everything, and as fast as the world is today. You know, the world is a lot faster than it was when I was 16 years old. I promise you.
Well, and that it's interesting what the visual I just had. I don't know if you can see me, but that's why, you know, depending on what generation you are, when you see people just doing this all day, you know, and you're thinking to yourself, you know, you see this person at the bus stop, you're thinking you're gonna get creamed by a bus because you never looked up. You're just so in your phone there all day, you forgot to connect with the human being, and you know, maybe you could. Can you do that? Can you sit down the phone for a second and just talk to somebody, please?
Yeah, but again, brother, we gotta adapt because this generation that's coming up,
well,
man.
You do both.
I mean, that's the way it is.
So, and that's,
you know, you gotta adapt.
You do, and that's why I was on the tip of my tongue. I was going to ask you if you do you participate in any online car buying customer searches that then, you know, at some point that person ends up in the dealership in person, but they may have started online. Are you researching any of that? What's your take on that?
No, dude. I mean, you know, that's part of my old school that comes into effect. I mean, basically, the only advertising that I do, the only interacting that I do on the internet is basically through Facebook and Marketplace.
Okay, that's something though. But that is something.
It's a great source. I mean, it really is. I sell a lot of cars through Marketplace.
Awesome.
You know, it's so much better than Craigslist was. You know, Craigslist was terrible.
I go digging into my business cards. I'm at NADA, and I started talking to. Here's a shout out. I started talking to Social Dealer. Now, Social Dealer, socialdealer.com, and there's Ed. And socialdealer.com, we were talking about how much business you can do just through Facebook alone. In fact, I think it was free. Oh, here we go. Here's another company, CF Search Marketing. I was talking to Kevin and Olivia about CF Search Marketing. Same stuff. There are so many companies talking about how much business happens through social media connected to the dealership. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, print's been dead for what? 10 years, 15 years.
I got a magazine right here. What are you talking about? Actually, you know what? It's not easy to find magazines now.
For cars.
Right.
I mean,
the new magazine for cars is Car Guru.
Yeah. It is hard to find print for something that turns over that fast.
Nobody's looking at it.
Yeah, I know.
They still have Auto Trader?
No. Well, I don't know. I think Auto Trader is online. I don't think they put out a magazine anymore.
They always used to get those at the old gas station.
Oh, yeah.
It just
the Big Nickel.
That's right. That's right. Restaurants, gas stations. It just occurred to me, and because I was on that line, I thought, Lionel, were you in the middle of a thought and I cut you off? Did that happen?
No.
Okay.
No,
I do that, and I apologize in advance.
Look, hey, you know me, Jay. I'm sitting here taking notes.
I know, right? Who else has got a notepad nearby? That's right. I always have. Always
you got
a notepad.
You got a car dealer. You got a car dealer on the phone. I'm all ears, man. I need to know. I need to know. My guys need to know.
Yeah. So Charlie, if you go to an auction, and you've had this happen before. I know you have. You've gone to an auction. Some guy walked up to you, and he said, "I haul cars. You want me to haul yours?" You ever had that happen?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And it works. Like you've done business with people like that.
Well, you know, I have, but you know, it's not very often because I'm usually trying to have my stuff lined up before I go to the auction. You know,
yeah.
I like I say, man, I'm old school. I like to have a relationship with somebody that I can trust and depend on. You know, and I'm loyal to them if they take care of me. I'll give them an opportunity and an opportunity and an opportunity, and if they continue to fail, then I'll find somebody else. But I really do try to be prepared before I go up to the auction.
Yeah, and I think a lot of guys are like that, honestly. I think that's where guys that are new in the business can use that as a tool, leverage. Hey, you going to the auction on Tuesday? Yeah, well, I'll be there. All right. Well, let's go.
Yeah. And I'll tell you another secret, man. Car guys are lazy. That's why we're in this business. We don't want to have to continue to look for a new freaking transport driver all the time.
Right.
If you take care of us, we're going to be loyal because we don't want to be searching for the next guy, and we ain't got time to be searching for. Well, this guy's $5 a car cheaper than this guy, so I want to go with this guy. No, man, we want a guy that's going to take care of us. We can call and say, hey, man, we're going to be there. I want to buy X amount of cars. Can you get them to me the next day? Yes, excellent. I'll let you know what I get.
That's the way to do it. Man, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
So don't forget, car guys are lazy.
I'm happy to help. That's what I tell everybody. I say, hey, if that guy needs his lawn mowed, go mow it.
Absolutely.
He won't forget it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, thank you very much. Lionel, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
You
Thank you
bet.
very much.
I've got to hit the road. I
Yeah.
got to get up pretty early.
No,
So, Jay,
we're at a good stopping point. You guys, this was a lot of great information. Charlie, what was really fun for us is that you were sharing things that Ty says on a regular basis. I listen to Ty doing coaching with folks that are researching, and this is the information, and I mean, right from the dealer's mouth, man. It's awesome. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
we'll throw the next car I haul for you in for free. All right, buddy?
Sounds like a plan to me.
We owe you,
Thank
Charlie. Yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Great
All right.
information.
Gentlemen, you have a great night.
Okay.
All right.
Take care,
I'm out
Charlie.
here.
Hang on for a second, Lionel.
Gentlemen.
Yes, indeed.
Good night, Charlie.
Good night, gentlemen.
Okay, and Ty, I know that Ty is signing off too, but I still have Lionel with me here. And let's see here. I got a. I think I hear myself in the background of you, Lionel, but I can't be sure. I didn't hear it that much earlier, but I think I hear it now. So I think that I'm hearing myself on your end, Lionel. But it's okay, because ultimately what I want to say is that, I mean, I'm really glad we got a chance to answer some questions tonight. We did have one question about workers' comp insurance that we didn't talk about. Do you have any? Do you have anything to add on workers' comp insurance?
On workers' compensation is a business decision for a owner operator or somebody running a fleet size trucking company. I would never tell anyone to go out there and be undercovered, but that is a business decision if you want to take on workers' comp or not. A lot of times your actual customers sometimes require it based on who you're hauling for.
Right.
So that could come up as a question if you decide that you're going to haul for some of the larger dealerships. So you may want to consider that in your calculation when you do interpret your insurance.
Right. And then, I mean, this is where you're getting into, this is where I think it gets also that extra level that gets confusing. Additional insured, general insurance, workers' comp, and this is where you really need an insurance professional to help answer and consult on some of these specific questions.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
Kind of a business by business, situation by situation, because I mean, you'll run into. So I've been trying to book, and this is the problem. You'll be trying to book a load. You just want to get the load so you can go pick it up, and they start asking you stuff like, well, do you have on hook? And you're like, no, I'm not a tow truck. And you get caught up in these semantics, and you have nobody to consult with.
Sometimes, Jay, the requirement is garage keepers, meaning that, actually think about it, driving the vehicle onto the trailer itself, that comes in question because now the driver of the truck is now driving the car. There's an interpretation there between the time that he gets from the place that he's getting the car, either at the auction or at the dealership, to the car.
Wow.
So you got to be educated about that in retrospect to having the correct coverages, because you might get surprised and call in if a claim comes in and accidentally hit a car coming out of a car dealership or hit a car coming out of a auction.
Right. And which I think, right, gets into general liability in other areas because you're not in the act of auto transport. Is that right?
Exactly.
Man.
So these are all pertinent questions if you're getting into the business. And if you have that helper on your truck and the helper goes and picks up the car and brings it to the truck, that's another interpretation.
You say, yeah, go, hey son, go jump in the Mustang and just bring it over, and he wants to load it.
Yep.
And you let him do it, and he drives off sideways.
There you go.
Oh, man. Right? But you were just trying to be a mentor to somebody. Let them, you're right, because we all, on-the-job training and whatnot. Man, the liability gets crazy fast.
Yes, it does.
So
yes, it does. All interpretation, and unfortunately, I've seen a lot of this stuff up at Mannheim directly while I was loading cars directly. I've seen guys tip trailers coming down auto auction road in the back there of Mannheim and turn the corner at 40 miles an hour with the car up at the top instead of in the equal part of the weight in the back, and then take out the truck and trailer coming around the corner thinking they're going slow enough.
Well, and that's
not knowing load distribution.
We see that. That's part of why Flip of the Week is now a thing. There is a lot of 3, 4, 5 car trailer flip overs, especially when it's the gooseneck. It's just, it's a tough thing, and that's another reason why anybody who comes to me and asks me, for advice on a specific, I want them to talk to Ty. Ask him questions. Go crazy, right? Spend time.
Yes, indeed. I totally agree.
Put in the time.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and that really helps a lot. And so that's why I just shared your information again. 484-252-8219. People can call and either reach you or leave you a message, right? This is from your website. In your email, info@cyfinancialsolutions.com. And then your website, cyfinancialsolutions.com. And I typed in there, Ask Lionel.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. We covered a lot of information tonight. Is there anything you think we left out that we should have talked about?
I
was asked.
I would. It's true. But I would just, like I said, we do a customized plan over here at our company. We really emphasize based on the profile of the company itself. And we dig deep into the characterization of the client to contour that policy around them instead of just throwing numbers at them. We don't sell insurance to get the highest premium to make the higher commission, because what that means to me, I'm a kind of a different animal in that regard. I'd rather you pay a lower insurance premium, and what that means to me is that you'll stay in business. Instead of, quoting you something high and something you can't afford, and then a month from now you'll be out of business. That's not going to be good for me or good for you. So I try to get as in-depth as I can with the client to give them a better understanding of what they want to do and what they don't want to do when they get out there on the road. It all affects their insurance rates.
And that is a big part of it. I think every business professional I've had on the show that does consulting will say that, essentially the goal is to make sure that you have the tools and ability to stay in business, because when you go out of business, it affects all of us. And
indeed.
This is how the rates keep going up. People keep going out of business, causing claims in situations where, maybe that could have been avoided.
Yes, indeed, and that's why these great shows like yours, Jay, that the guys can come on and watch to put them in business correctly, and it all interprets back to better insurance rates. If we got more educated drivers out here on the road who are willing to subject themselves to the safety programs that are out here, stop and talk to a DOT inspector sometime. Get them a cup of coffee.
That's right. Talk to the DOT.
Learn, get an understanding of what it is that they're looking for when they get out there on the road. It's all going to affect you and help you.
Open call. If anybody knows a DOT officer that is ready to talk, I would love to have a DOT officer on Auto Transport Intel to talk. There was an Indiana State Police, I think it was Brent Hoover, doing a Facebook live stream, but had so much engagement that I know he didn't have time to come on the show. But I really am looking for more DOT officer enforcement, present, past, or future, to come on and talk on the show and share information. That would just be great. What area?
Hey, Jay, I look forward to that show.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Well, it seems that my wishes are sometimes granted, and I do believe that it will happen. So all I can do is, say, stay tuned. Stay thirsty.
Hey, I'm going to talk to one of the guys out here out back. Maybe one of the guys that just retired or something.
Exactly.
I'm going to check this week if I see him in there this week.
Exactly. Somebody with, little to lose and, right? Not if you're, yeah, exactly. Someone who's been doing it so long and they're in a retirement situation or thinking about it, and they can call in too. Like Charlie and you guys are on the phone, you're participating. I don't need to put anybody on video that doesn't want to be on video. They can call in. We can even use we'll use a voice disguise machine. No, I'm kidding. But no, I would really love to have. I'm beating a dead horse
indeed.
here, but I would really love to have that. So, and anything anybody can do. Oh, here Joseph says I know one. DOT for Wyoming or USD in Washington D.C. I know one there too. Great, bring them all. Let's do a DOT roundhouse. That's what we'll call it.
Yes,
DOT
indeed.
Roundhouse. Knocked out. I got knocked out by the DOT or DOT Smackdown. Huh?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
DOT Smackdown.
And I bet he got some stories, too.
Oh, man. You know it. You know that for sure. So, listen, man. We are now, we did it. We made it to 10 o'clock. I've had you on for almost an hour and a half. It's gone fast, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Look, I could talk all night about this stuff, man. I love it.
Great. Then everybody refresh your Kool-Aid because we're going to go for another 2 hours. I think the questions have stopped. I think we've got sufficient information to at least give us something to think about. We've got your contact information in here. It'll be in the in the YouTube comments below the video. What'll happen is when I stop the stream, it takes time for it to process. And then tomorrow I go through and I update the video description, and then it'll be up there. And then in the next week I need to go back and create a video edit. So if there's any portions that you thought were extremely helpful in getting the message out, let me know what those are. Hey, if you listen, everybody watching, if you're still with me now, if there were portions that you thought were just amazing and helpful, love to hear from you. Let me know what you guys think what should make the video edit. That'd be a good CTS business coaching question of the day. Maybe I'll try that.
Yes, indeed.
William Vaughn says this show is perfectly timed for me. Thank you so much, Jay and Ty. Yeah, man, that's great. And thank you, Lionel, for taking the time, joining the show, sharing this information, and doing what you do. It really, I know, I guarantee somebody either watching the show now or after the fact treasures the fact that they got a chance to hear you speak about these topics. It's really helpful.
Great to be invited, Jay. Had a wonderful time with you guys, and believe me, I love ingesting all the information that you guys are putting out here. You guys are a credit to the auto hauling industry, and like I said, it's mandatory that my guys watch your show, even though that they're not commenting in the chat box, but they're definitely watching your show.
Yeah, no, and I really appreciate that. Tony throws this in here. All right, here we go. Why is it so difficult to get commercial auto insurance? Why is it so difficult?
Well, we did go over the basis of that, because each one you have to build a profile for the customer prior to the time of approaching your underwriting. If you don't have all your ducks in a row per se, That's what throws it off. If you have questionable driver history, if you don't have a CDL, if you don't have a decent place to park your truck, if your credit is altered, it's a new business venture, number one. So they're going to look at it in a little bit more detailed circumstance than they would somebody who's been established. So an established person approaching underwriting is going to get a better consideration than somebody who's just getting in.
I want to say this. If you still have questions, I highly encourage you. Please visit cyfinancialsolutions.com. Ask Lionel. You'll find a phone number. You'll find an email address. He wants to help answer your questions. Please contact him. Lionel, thank you so much for your time tonight and for joining me live on Auto Transport Intel.
I appreciate it, Jay.
Okay, man. You have a good night. We'll be in touch, okay?
Yes, indeed. I'll talk to you.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Good night. And the meeting is over just like that. What I got to do in now, here comes a rocky reentry. All right. Let's see here. We got, we're back. We're back in the atmosphere. There we are. We got the main screen. You know what, everybody? I just want to say that I really appreciate you guys watching Auto Transport Intel, spending your Tuesday nights with me. It means a lot. I know that time is precious. This is a 2-hour show, and if you were able to get anything out of it, what's great too is that we had our main interview with Lionel and CY Financial Solutions Inc. regarding auto transport insurance, the criteria, and what goes into rates, and how to get the best quote you can possibly get. But we also then had a sidebar conversation with Charlie at Excel Auto, and some just good information. Once again, a reminder of how to make business grow with a dealer by talking to them, understanding their needs. Load boards work. Use those. Use load boards to fill in the holes, the gaps, the backhauls, etc. But you want to build direct customers. It is what you want to do. That is how you're going to grow a business. You know, again, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate all the comments, the live chat, the interaction. Whether you're on Auto Transport Intel Facebook page, CTS Facebook page, or here on Auto Transport Intel YouTube channel, thank you so much for joining us. This was episode 126. This was the search for auto transport insurance. Next Tuesday, we're going to have Auto Transport Social Media with JP Auto Transport. I talked to Kevin. We connected on LinkedIn, and he's going to be on the show next Tuesday night, so that is going to be really cool. We're going to talk about how we use social media to grow our businesses, and it's funny because that came up again tonight. Just talking with Charlie. He's selling a lot more cars using Facebook Marketplace, and social media is huge if you're trying to grow your business and you're the business owner. You wanna participate in social media any way you can. I said I met Kevin at JP Auto Transport through LinkedIn. So, whatever your form of social media is, use it. Website, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Maybe you're into Pinterest. I mean, who knows? There's so many different ways to communicate and grow your business. And make sure, yes, if you talk to folks with load boards, let them know that you watch Auto Transport Intel, you want them to appear live on the show, give an interview, share the good information, and give updates and tell what's going on with the company. You can email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Auto Transport Intel is the car shipping business channel. This is where carriers, brokers, dealers, insurance agents, truck, trailer manufacturers, third-party service providers, research, network, deliver, and grow. Guys, thanks so much for spending Tuesday night with me. I do appreciate it. I will see you next Tuesday night to talk about social media. I did mention that Assertus is going to be on the show in March. I'm going to be at Car Conference in mid-March, and the Car Conference folks at Bobbitt Media will be on the show the week before that. So the shows are filling up. If you are watching and we've talked about doing a live interview, Shows are filling up. I'm booking April. So let me know. Let's work it out. Let's do something. And if you got somebody that I need to talk to, company, products, or services in auto transport, if it has to do with car shipping, shoot. If it has to do with automotive, it probably relates to car shipping. As I like to say to dealers, where's that inventory come from? How did it get there? Okay, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to run the car hauler. This has been a lot of fun. No, Jay, don't end the show, Jay. Oh, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. It's great to hear from you guys. If you just want to say hello, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Send me photos and memes and all that stuff. I'll be monitoring social media. Maybe your comments and feedback will end up in industry news. Until then, my friends, stay safe out there. Grow your business. Stay successful, and if you're researching, please do all of your homework before you jump right in, because it is not an easy business, and there's a lot that can go wrong. So make sure when you're ready to pull the trigger, you're really ready. And keep watching Auto Transport Intel. That's what it's here for. Here comes the car hauler, guys. I will see you next Tuesday night. Peace.